they on the next set of downs we got it. They they forced a fumble. We then recovered, scored the next couple plays, and then we get it back and throw a pick six, and it's 13-0 Lightning lead. I said it, folks. We are down 13-0, and we're in shotgun now. 2 wideouts to each side, back to the right of Snook Martin. He hands it off to A.J. Williams. He's got room up the middle, gains about 7 yards, 8 yards.
Yeah, it looked like he could have got more, but it looked like the turf monster kind of got him on that one.
Yeah, well said. It looked like something just came up and dragged him down, but that's going to be that's going to be 2nd and 3 to 4. That's A.J. Williams.
A.J. Williams in the carry brings it up to about the 43, 44.
And we're in shotgun again. 2 wideouts to each side, back to the right of Snook. Snook Martin makes a call at the line. Ball is snapped, handed off to Williams again.
This time he just slips on his own this time.
And Williams gets maybe a yard and a half.
Brings it up to 44.
Brings up a 3rd down.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's going to be it's going to be about 3rd down and 3, maybe 4 if we're going to go that far.
Yep, it's a 3rd and a long 3. So we're here at 7:40 in the first quarter. Tanks trailing 13-0, and have the ball 3rd and 3 on about close to the 45-yard line. And shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, back to the right of Snook Martin. And Martin, Lightning showing blitz. Martin hands it off up the middle to Luke Brown. He drags a couple defenders.
He's got the first
he
down,
won't
though.
go down. He's got the first. Big Luke Brown carries the ball and gets to the Tanks to about the 49-yard line of the West Virginia Lightning. And that's the type of plays we're going to have today, Nick.
It's going to be we're going to have to grind this out. We're just going to have to hand the ball off and just keep going.
All right, and it's 6:47 to go in the first. Tanks down 13-0. Tanks out shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, back to the right of Snook Martin. Snook makes the call at the line, and the ball is snapped. Snook hands it off up the middle, and he's mad at the line. Maybe loses a yard. A.J. Williams, and it's hard to get any yardage when you're being hit before you even can move.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That defensive line's getting a lot of penetration.
Yeah, we had a hard time doing this last time. Hopefully we'll be able to find some other way to move the ball consistently on him.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 12 for the Tanks. Let's hope they can get it going here.
Yeah, we need something here. And we're same formation, shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, back to the right of Snook. And Snook Martin makes the call, instructing one of the wideouts. And ball is snapped. Snook hands it off and got some room, getting a little bit there. Gain of probably 5. And that is number 27, Micah Brown, on the run.
Good old Micah.
And he gets probably 4 yards, which is not bad, but when it's 2nd and 12, we're going to have, we're in 3rd and long again, So, Nick, we're probably, knowing how Jamie Rice is, we're probably going to be taking 2. Unless something drastic happens, we're probably going to be taking 2 shots here. So,
I agree.
We're at 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Tanks trailing 13-0. And Tanks come out, shotgun, 2 wideouts.
You need to be ready, quarterbacks.
And Snook Martin drops back. Runs the quarterback. He keeps himself. He runs. He's going backward and met by a wall of lightning. Wow. Snook Martin on the quarterback keeper
they're
there.
going to send Zach out.
Yep, we're going to have to punt it now probably. That moves us back into our own territory. So, Zach Christensen. Zach's a pretty good punter, but hopefully he dropped a couple of the snaps in the against the Dukes, one of which led to their first score as that set up a 1st and 5 on the goal line. So we're going to have to be very much on our game here to get this Tanks line.
I'm not making excuses, but it's kind of the Tanks are kind of playing with a handicap today. Like they don't have many players not playing today.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and no, you're right, Nick. And pump balls punted, and Valentine with the fair catch. Marcus Valentine, the 6'3", 175-pound receiver from Charleston, West Virginia, makes the catch at the 24-yard line. Excuse me. Well, Lightning are taking over, Nick. So far, 3 offensive possessions, 1 first down, 2 turnovers.
Yeah, I know. It's just not. This is not Tanks football. I mean, it's usually Tanks football is get the ball moving, take a couple plays, and then be in the end zone. But this is not. They are struggling.
Right.
They are struggling like really bad. I mean, it's like I said. I'm not making excuses. Injuries, work schedules is what's really hurting us right now.
Right. That's definitely going to be something that gets addressed later on. And the Lightning come out, I form, and it's met right in the middle. Oh wow, met by a group of Tanks. Is that Spurlock running? I can't tell.
That's Payne.
That's Payne. Payne that ran it up the middle. Payne gets stopped right at that. That is a big, big dude.
I don't think we played him game 1.
Okay, he didn't play in the first one. I was told by, and a big shout out to J&S here, J&S Broadcasting. They have been nothing but courteous to us here. They're definitely. I love going to their Facebook page. They do a lot of. They do a lot of stuff with different teams, and they definitely have some good things going. They talk college on their shows. Just heard them doing the college broadcast, so they definitely got some good stuff. All right, and it's 2nd and about 12. Lightning out in I form, tight end and a wide out to the right, wide out to the left, back to the line, fake it. I knew it. He's going deep, and it's
incomplete.
Passes dropped him. We are very lucky we weren't called for pass interference there. Woo!
Yeah, very, very close.
Oh, wow.
But back on the subject of our colleagues over there at the West Virginia Lightning, they got some fancy stuff over there. I mean, I'm looking over there. It's like they got a little selfie stick. It looks like a camera, and they got it's just nice over there.
Yeah.
Just a phone. They had the mics like you all, but for some reason they quit working. So they can do it what we got. We keep it simple.
All right, 3rd down and 12. That was Jontez Jones that deflected that, and you notice we're seeing even some offensive guys get in on defense. Now the Lightning, they're sticking with the eye, and I guess if they're in the position they are, why wouldn't they? So they're in 3rd and 12, tied into the right. It's handed off up the middle. He's got room and runs it, gains about 7 yards. It was awful close. Thank goodness we closed. So that was Payne again. That is a big bull, folks. He's probably... Oh, I apologize. That was Masterson.
Man, I'm just in shock right now on how the Tanks are playing today.
Yeah, this is just not. This team is, you see the stat, you see Jamie Rice, you see Brian Roten with how he really fires the team up, and and this team is always reflective, and they did a great job. I mean, I spoke with them this week. They always do a great job, and these guys have to, but your coaches can only do so much, and the guys have got to come, really get their heads together and really come out, or they're going to get blown out of this place. I mean, it's plain and simple.
I mean, this place is already tough to play at, but it's sad that we are short on men, and it's just.
Where the Lightning go suppress for games.
I don't know. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm hoping, hopefully, it was very frustrating against the Dukes in the first half, and I hope that we have somebody that steps it up in the second half like happened against the the Dukes, or later in the first half. Even.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's get started now.
Yeah, we need to get it going because they're not going to be letting up.
Because
folks.
the Lightning are imposing their will upon us right now, and it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah, and we're at 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 13-0. The Lightning are leading, and they had the ball 4th and about 1 on their own 34-yard line. And are they going to go for this?
Yeah,
they're going to go for
it.
this.
I mean, they've done everything else. They might as well.
They're in the I formation. Tanks switching the line around, and Tanks lure them off sides. And that's a false start on the Lightning. The Tanks came out like they normally line up, and that's why I'm a huge fan of Brian Roten defensively. I love what he does to try to confuse the opponents. They came out in normal alignment. The line quickly rolled to the inside, and then the backers crept up, creating a 6-2 front, essentially.
Yeah, it caused that line to kind of flinch there.
Yeah, that could make a difference because who knows what the Lightning were going to do there. So
now instead of the Lightning going for it, it's going to be a punting situation.
And Fuel, he's coming out and looks like back to return looks like Richard Ellery and Dylan Coons. And ball's punted and kicked. It hits the ground about the 40. Ellery runs up, but not before a Lightning player touches the ball.
Now around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that'll be 1st and 10 now. And while we're at it, let's take the opportunity to thank some sponsors here. We've got Weaver's Gas and Oil, Roger W. Davis Funeral Home, South Shore Weight Loss Center, Minix Giovanni's, and Mex Italian. Nick, you want to read off some?
Yeah, we got the Briar Patch. We got the Masterworks Jewelry. We got Buckeye Dairy Bar. The Bus Mac Equipment Transport. We got the Gun Barrel. And we got AJ's Auto Cell.
Yeah, and said.
And also, hey, let's not forget about Quality Heating and Air.
Right, yeah. Great sponsors.
Because I'll tell you what, we could use some air up here. It's hot.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Yeah, because like...
we're going to second that for you guys.
Yeah. All right. Tanks take over 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line. They're out in shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, back to the left of the quarterback, Snook Martin. Lightning come out in a 4-man front, showing blitz. Takes the handoff. Snook drops back, throws it. Ooh. Meant to be a screen for Dylan Coons, but the Lightning covered that well and pressured Snook Martin. So that's going to be 2nd and 10. We're going to have to. It's essentially it'll take either a big play on special teams. It'll take a turnover, a team that scored a defensive touchdown in every game like we have. I mean, it's going to take something for this team to try to find a way to claw back in, which right now it's 1:54 left to go in the first, and they're trailing 13-0. So Tanks come back out.
Going back in the shotgun formation.
And shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, back to the left of Snook Martin. Lightning in 4-man front, show blitz. Handed off up the middle, and A.J. Williams gets maybe 2 yards on the play. This team that's the thing. They're good against the run. They're not doing what other teams like. You look at the Dukes, you look at the Broncos. When Job went out, they sent 8 guys up to the box. The Dukes, they played 8 and sometimes 9 guys in the box very aggressively. Now you're seeing they're just going simple 4-man front, saying bring it. So
yeah, I mean it's yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. We're going to have to do something here, and we're in 3rd and 9. 1:08 to go in the first, trailing 13-0. Shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, back to the right of Snook Martin. And Snook Martin makes the call. Ball snapped. He hands it off up the middle. A.J. Williams met right at the line.
Yeah, I'm noticing every single snap that Snook is getting is he's always got to jump for it.
Yeah, it's much different. That was 97. Brian Duncan, and I mean, he just shoved his way through the ball was snapped. He just shoves his way right to the ball. I mean, he single-handedly disrupted that play. AJ gained a couple yards, but otherwise, I mean, that stopped us. So it's going to be